The real question is for everyone once we start this out is, did you actually know Bobby Lashley could talk? Like, I mean, when was the last time we actually saw what we saw at the beginning of last night's Raw? After, they did the normal video package. But everything happened the week before. Miz, stomach cramping, and then Miz grabbing the thing, just running, and getting counted out, and then Miz just getting mauled, which is pretty much what it was. He got mauled. He got put down and stopped real quick, fast, and in a hurry. And, but, man. Man, oh man, oh man. Did we know he could actually that was probably one of the best things we've heard him do. Promo-wise. On the mic, like that I could ever remember. I mean, that was the most he put together. Don't know if it's because they didn't think he could do it or what, but man, it was good to see that. Which then, obviously led to the Miz in the ring, which we all know that he could just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. But everyone, knew he was gonna get just massacred last week. Correct. But did they think he was actually going to lose the title? No. He wasn't prepared, and real professional athletes get, cramps and all this, that, and people don't understand, and, the usual million excuses, and how he's never got injured ever during his run. Well, I mean, granted, we do kind of see him like he's there for a couple months or for a while, and then he's gone doing a Marine movie or, I mean, like you're there all the time. There's a lot of people that don't get hurt, but just the million years worth of excuses, and it's what we expected though. The Miz, who didn't expect to hear him give a million excuses this week? I personally did. I was really ready for it. I'm happy that I was hoping it was going to be less. I'm happy that they stopped him and only held him to so much, but it was a normal Miz, and again, he's one of the best on the mic. He's gotten really, really, really good at that. He's superior to everyone. A lot of people, I should say. He's got the gift of the gab, which is why he's there. He's got Miz TV. He's on the reality shows. He's at the game show. I mean, he's on all kinds of things. He's into acting, doing all those Marine movies and stuff. Like, we all know he can, but I don't ever get hurt. Like, well, he never actually really makes it at the beginning, did a full schedule. And you're at the beginning, he was in a tag team with Morrison. And, granted, he has been there, but once he started doing, the Marines, look how many he's made. He comes in, gets a title, drops it, goes and makes a movie. Sometimes holds it, but that led to that. That was that. That's just my feelings on it. And then it led to the rematch against Lashley. And I will say, Miz put up a way better fight than they let him in the first match the week prior. That first one, that was just a mugging. There's really not mauling, a whooping, I don't know, massacre. A lot of adjectives you could put on it, but I was impressed this way. At least they let him put, it was an actual, oh, what, no, he's coming back out, he's just going to get murdered. And he did, but, at least he did have offense this time. He did some offense. He looked good. He did some stuff. Which is way more than anyone thought he was going to do. At least I thought he was going to do. Granted, did he finally end up losing to the Hurt Lock? Yes, he tapped out. He lost. Lashley holds on to the title. We all knew it was going to happen. Everything they put into, Lashley, in the last couple of weeks, and then all the extra pyro last week, and then everything they did before his entrance, last night. You could tell it wasn't just going to be a 1 week thing. That would have been pointless. And again, I said, I hope they drag this on. It's been long overdue, and right now, sadly, the Hurt Business is doing the thing right now. But they're good. They're on top of their game. They are doing big business, and it's finally the perfect foil. Everyone needs the perfect thing for their character and all their stuff to take off. This is it for Lashley. An MVP gets to be a part of it, and he's still good. We all know he's good. And look at him on the mic. And he came back, he's supposed to be this little thing, and look at him now. He's in there doing the Hurt Business stuff. He's running his mouth to everybody. I mean, he's walking around with his cane right now, but I mean, he's put together matches. He's been with them. He's good on the microphone. Jumps on on the headset. Does commentary. I mean, he's done a phenomenal job. And I think that putting him, especially with Shelton, Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, I mean, look what they were all doing at this point last year. When you look at that, exactly. Look what they're doing now. It's a match made in heaven. I thoroughly enjoyed it. After that match, there's Drew McIntyre saying, not just the odds-on person to fade, like, called him a gutless coward, said he had no balls. Lashley, that is, for doing, Miz's dirty work. Knowing that he'd be able to just steamroll him to be able to get the championship. He has first run. He did it like a coward. And then Sheamus was behind him, and boom. As he's saying this, blindside, Sheamus. And he did it. I mean, Sheamus mauled him. Bounced him off the walls. Drew had no answer during that whole thing. And Sheamus is beating there, getting on his jaw, which they're always on since the injury. Like, I guess we're going to see everyone do that for the rest of his career. And nothing is over. And I'm okay with that, because they tore the place down last week. And after, a bin gets thrown by Drew, he finds Adam Pearce, demands no disqualification match. Boom. It happens. And was it as good as the one before? I mean, no, it was a disqualification match. So it wasn't just two guys, like said, they were going to be in a fight. They were going to beat the hell out of each other, and then they did. Which was amazing, especially for as long as they went. There were weapons involved this time. So, it puts a whole other element in it. I would have preferred to see another one-on-one normal, contest. But, I mean, it added the next level to it. It dragged it on. That gives it, the way they did it, that lets it lead on to, another Fastlane in another couple weeks. Like, that keeps it dragging along and slowly burning for another bit. And I had nothing wrong with that. Again, it was what it was. People are doing their thing. People grinding on each other's jaws. This week, Sheamus was dropping Drew on the announce table like Drew did to Sheamus. And then it ended with them both picking up the stairs and having the indentation just right here. Where, it goes around the ring post. Heads in both of them, bang, bounce off of each other. Drew goes flying over the barricade with it. And Sheamus falls. It looks like he might have actually got a little worse for wear. And it came closer, bouncing right off his head anyway. But, like, the way they were both just laid out there, referee stops the match. Guarantees it's going to, drag it on to just something even bigger and better and keep the story going for just a little bit longer. Now, when Sheamus is saying, I've been living in your shadow for 20 years, as his best friend, he was living in Drew's shadow. Like, this is the first time Drew's really been on top of anything. Like, he got the Intercontinental title run, yes, but then he was doing nothing. He was in 3MB. Got released. He went all over the place. NXT champion, yes, but before he was pretty much just there's, Ziggler's other guy, before he had this big run last year. And Sheamus in that amount of time was, with the company the whole entire time. Multiple great, he did the stuff at the bar, which was phenomenal. Like, him and Cesaro together as a tag team was great. He was a multiple time, world heavyweight champion, WWE champion. Like, he went through all these big things while Drew was in 3MB and all that. So them saying obviously it's just playing into the jealousy thing. I've been living in your shadow. Yeah, I get that. But living in his shadow as his best friend for 20 years when Drew was always the one second fiddle and Sheamus was out there doing big things and all that and stayed with the WWE and stayed relevant, well, Drew got canned and had to make this amazing comeback just to have anything. So that I don't know why it irritated me so much, but I mean, just little things like that. I know they're trying to build the story more and all in jealousy, and that's what it is, but as long as they let it pay off good in the end. Because, I mean, them ending the match the way they did in a no DQ match, them both, bong their heads off the steps, just run into each other. As long as they lead it into something good, I'm for it. I'm quite okay with that. I know not a single problem in the world. If that's how they do it. So wait and see how that goes. I hope that, it goes good. I'm pretty sure it will. This time of year, I mean, they don't seem to disappoint very often. So we'll see. And that leads me into another great segue into the next part. Like, what is gonna come of Strowman and Shane McMahon after Strowman earlier in the night demanded Shane came down to the ring and apologized to him for all that. Yeah, enters Shane. He goes around the ring, gets a microphone. They get into the old-fashioned stare down, face to face. Says, "I apologize." And he walks over, rolls out of the ring, goes, and stopped for a second, like he was gonna have something else to say. But then turned around and walked away. And then later on, we get to see Shane on the phone, enter Adam Pearce. He asks him what's going on. They have their interaction. He says, "Go get him," and tell Braun, tell him to get in the ring. And then they do. And then, and there's Strowman. Shane acts like he wants to talk until, he rolls out of the ring, and then he starts talking as he's going up the ramp about how he'd never wanted, never wants to make anyone feel stupid. Never wanted to make Braun feel stupid. But, there are some people that say, big guys is muscular and powerful. Big muscles, small brain. They made all those other great cliches that people make about people being dumb. Especially with Strowman's size and all that. And then at the end, we pulled the Braun and took off running as Strowman chases him. He looks like he gets into a car to peel out and leave. Camera's cut back to Braun. Where is he? Normal Strowman stuff. He goes over, finally sees the vehicle. Vehicle peels out. And Strowman walks away angry. Continues on his way. He's out of the camera. Boom, here comes Shane. Because it wasn't him in the vehicle. And he calls him, what an idiot, I believe was the line. So I want to know what the hell they're going to lead it into. I've always liked Strowman. Could just be me. And I think it's like him and Shane, unless, they have Braun win at some point, but I just don't. This just seems like you made it a 2-night thing, for WrestleMania. This isn't going to obviously be cured at Fastlane. You wouldn't be doing this if it was just going to be a Fastlane thing, so why do it? I just don't get it. Get have Braun do something real, not just, Shano taking on a giant, which we've already seen him do. I'm pretty sure he actually beat the Big Show in a last man standing match at one point. And did all the stuff that was involved? Yes. But did he do it? Yes. I just don't get it. That's like last year. No plans for Strowman at WrestleMania. At all. Until the week of? Roman's like, I'm not doing it. And then boom, enter Strowman into the main event for the title. The guy's got talent. He was way better on the mic this week. This time there was no slipping on the mic. He wasn't messing anything up. He was going. There was a way better promo than the week before. Without a shadow of a doubt. No one will ever try to deny that unless they're absolutely out of their mind. Sadly, there's a lot of those people out there in the world today. But I thought it was way better, and I don't know. Waiting to see. I hope they do something right with it. I hope it's not just something dumb, because as big of a star Strowman is, and as over as he has been at times, to see it be an afterthought last year, and then they're just going to throw him into something with Shane this year. It's no offense to Shane, but this doesn't seem right. I don't know. We'll wait and see how that plays out. I have, no idea. I don't know, but we'll see how it works out. Really, are they going to do Shane puts up a good fight, but gets stomped, gets himself a whooping in the end to make, Strowman, get him something out of it? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't see it. We'll see how it all works out, though. Hope for the best. But you'll never know. And then we had, then enter the New Day music with Xavier Woods with Kofi at his side having, a match, a singles match, which again, Xavier Woods for the longest time, what was he? He was playing his, trombone and having a good time. He was the guy outside the ring. It was always, normally Kofi and Big E for the longest time in those matches. So it was nice to see Xavier Woods having matches. And he was against Shelton with Cedric Alexander. And the match went exactly pretty much how you figured it would. Because Shelton's a beast. He always has been. Him dominating, Xavier. They both have their spots. Xavier fights back, gets a little bit in. Cedric didn't really get involved, which is a good change of pace. But Shelton, was more worried about showing off to Kofi. And Xavier gets the roll up and the win against Shelton. And I think that's going to lead into the Tag Team Championship match. And I just have one of those feelings that, like the New Day's, it's just not going to end well for them next week. Because they've already won so many Tag Team Championships. I mean, what else do they have to prove at this point? And I just don't see them getting it. And they get the little rope, and they're going to put on a good match. They put on great matches with them before, and they kept winning. But, I just don't see it ending. Like with New Day getting, their hands raised, but when you think about it, who else is there really, team-wise? Literally, you got, Retribution, which is dumb. You got the New Day. You got the Hurt Business. I guess you could have Lucha House Party because they were around in the tag title picture for a little bit. Them. But they need to figure something out to get more things for the Hurt Business so they're not just facing the same people every 5 minutes. Speaking of Retribution, Slapjack with Mustafa Ali went against current U.S. champion Riddle, which I have slowly come around to. First saw him the first time he was ever going to the ring in NXT. I was like, nope. And I carried on with whatever I was doing. And I was literally, I just looked down at the deer for the love of God. Maybe it was the slides thing. I don't know. But, hear that noise in the background? That's Buster. But, they put on a great match. Whoever Slapjack was, he's the one that hadn't figured out who he was before. You can see Dominic Dijakovic and Mace. I'm still trying to figure that out. But you can see Mia Yim. You can see all of them. They can all go collectively. Slapjack did put up, a good fight. But in the end, Riddle pops a knee, gets the Bro Derek, and gets the victory. Because it was literally, they did it just to, hold it over for next week's U.S. Championship match, which I'm guessing all kinds of shenanigans and stupid stuff will happen after yet another Ali meltdown, after Slapjack lost. It was really surprised me, the guy named Slapjack. But that'll be the big show right then. I'm sure they're going to bleed it out to be into Fastlane too, to have something happen there. We'll wait and see. You never know what's going to happen. But I'm sure I'm going to play it out to get some kind of pay-per-view at some point to have it happen. But, gotta see how that works out. Then there was Lana and Naomi getting their tag team, women's tag team championship chance, which I'm just trying to figure out what, the point of it all was anyway. Really? There they were. Out comes Nia, Shayna, and Reginald with them. And Lana and them did get some, offense in. They did actually get rolling to a point there. And then, boom, in comes Reginald. Distraction. And Nia and Shayna win. And no, if you actually went in there thinking that Naomi and Lana had, a chance to win, you have a much more giving and creative heart than I ever could. It just didn't make sense. And now that Reginald's involved, I mean, I'm waiting for the time when he tries to do something and he costs them the championships, and that's when Nia and Shayna finally, blow up. And they aren't a team anymore. We get to see, some of them go for some kind of singles gold somewhere. Something like that. It's bound to happen at some point. Now it's just a waiting game to see when they actually pull the trigger to do it. I look forward to seeing that. And earlier in the night, we have AJ Styles, getting interviewed backstage with Amos, which I might add is just a gargantuan human being. They're talking about everything going on with Randy Orton and how, Randy's already crazy in the head with hearing voices and all that, so what do you think it is now? And there comes Randy, challenges him to a match. Which, it really is WrestleMania worthy, like those two. Main event, because we all know what AJ can do, we all know what Randy can do. Like, it's worth that. And it was so good. It was everything you expected from the two of them. I mean, Randy did Randy things, because Randy still, look how rarely it hurts anyone, misses anything. Like, Randy can go in the ring. He's one of the best ever. He makes it look so easy and so natural with what he does. AJ, flying around making all that look good. That's the calf crusher, the Styles Clash. Phenomenal forearm. Like, he has all kinds of things, and he has a Moss. Now, which just adds a whole nother just level of sheesh to it. And they have a great match. And then, of course, what happens? He's getting ready to do it. Here comes Alexa on the Tron saying, no, not yet. Puts, all that. Lights a match, blows it out. Kane's old pyro goes off on the posts. Which I'm okay with, to bring all the extra crazy little Papa Shango. There's some Kane. Like, there's a bunch of different stuff getting thrown in there. And then Randy starts coughing again. And whatever color, like fluid, all that, comes out again. And turns around, bang, phenomenal forearm. Bye, AJ, 1, 2, 3, match is over. And then it ends with Randy sitting there glaring and staring at the Tron because there's that lady laughing on the screen. So again, I think we're getting really close. It's coming, Mania's coming, like the Fiend, he's got to be here in the next week or two. Boom, show up. And just be there. And I'm looking forward to it. I just hope that this time, after everything Bray gets to get over at Mania and Randy doesn't win to get the title just to lose it to Jinder Mahal 10 minutes later. That's another story for another day. But I'm really intrigued to see what they're going to do again after the New Day. It's against the Hurt Business. Just because they've won so much, I just don't see them giving them the strap again. See what team comes up there. See how the Riddle thing works out with Ali. Because I think if they let them go without having any outside interference, that could be one hell of a match. This, again, I've come around to Matt Riddle. Sometimes when he talks, he hurts my brain, but doesn't everybody? The stuff he does in the ring, the kid's super athletic and talented, so I can't hold it against him. His irritating ways, but let's see how that works out. See what they're going to do about the Strowman thing. I just don't want to see them waste him again. Because that gets old after a while. And after Christian went to AEW, everyone's going there. Just use him right. Don't start Big Showing him. He goes in, he gets beat by the little guy, because that's what Big Show is for, and then let everyone get over. I think Strowman went over on him, Roman beat him to beat the big bad monster. Let's use him, because now here we are. Last year I had no plans until Roman backed out, and then it turns out this year looks like they're trying to put him with Shane, which I just don't get what the point is unless some big thing comes from it. But I guess we'll all find that out. Again, like, share, comment. Tell me what you think. Follow along on the page here. On all the pages. It's Wrestling with Ski on Facebook, under Jesse Rosinski on YouTube, Bearded Ski on Rumble. All the episodes get uploaded on there. Go on the Facebook page, Tell me what you want me to watch. So you can hear my 2 cents on it. Or what do you think we should both watch? You can come on here. I'm always willing to have someone come on here and we can talk about something. That'd be fun to start doing that like once a week or so and have that be a thing. So let me know. I appreciate y'all giving me the time of day, taking some time out of your day to listen to me. No matter how many you are, do appreciate it. And see what we talk about tomorrow. Until then, have a good rest of your night. Be nice to each other, and peace.